Hello and welcome to Special Stage for the Todd Sleep Ulster Rally. It's also a counting round in the Mintex British Historic Rally Championship. In the lineup here we've got all three category leaders and amongst them the current championship leader Ricky Profit. So over now to Ollie Dickinson to take a look at what stages are in store.
For 2013, the Ulster Historic Rally would be based in Enniskillen. New stages and 42 miles of high-speed action on day one. But before we take a look at that action, Breed caught up with the category leaders at the start of the event.
Ricky, you have visited Ulster before, you know what to expect here this weekend, but you are here to look after points and mind them.
Yeah, the last two Ulsters were in a different place. We had some horrendous stages over there. Hopefully these aren't going to be quite as bad at night. Tonight it won't be as bad. Obviously our main rival is Desi. Desi's a Northern Irishman, and we're both very keen to win. But yeah, we're going to give it everything we can.
It could be up to one of you to steal the headlight at the top of this championship table. What do you think your chances are?
Well, they're as good as anybody else's at the moment. We haven't started. But, I shan't be chasing Wesley or anybody like that, really. We're in the British Championship. We're competing here for points, and you've got to drive accordingly to get your points. My biggest threat to me today is Richard Hill behind me. Obviously, he's in a Mark 1 in Cat 2, and he'd be the man I'm looking for. And I expect I'm the man he's looking for.
Well, the season's been going well for you so far, Gareth. First visit to Ulster, though, and you need to pick up points here.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we've had a good season. 8 points behind, so I've got to have a good result this weekend. Need a win, really. So, we're going to be pushing hard at it.
You've had a chance now to taste the Ulster stages. So, what are you expecting from them?
The stages are tricky, very technical. So, the weather's not too good, so it's going to be a lottery on tyres. But so what we can do is try our best and hopefully pick a good tyre choice.
On to the stages then, and taking an early lead of Category 1 would be Ricky Profit and Phil Harrison. The pair might not be favourites to take the early lead, but things seem to be going well over this opening stage. Second would be Desi Nutt and Geraldine McBride. This pair had the home advantage this weekend, but with the stages new to everyone this year, it wasn't paying off at this stage. For Jeff Taylor and Steve Greenhill, it would be third. The Imp pair not quite managing to keep up with the Porsches ahead, but giving it a good go nonetheless. And for Clive King and Bob Ward, it would be their first visit to Ireland, the only team of the Old Stager Championship to come over, and that puts them fourth in Category 1. There would be a little surprise in Category 2 also, as we'd expected to see previous Ulster visitor David Stokes in the lead, but instead Richard Hill and Sam Collis make a great start to take a 6-second lead at this stage. So for David Stokes and Guy Weaver, it would have to be second. They were only one stage into the event though, so there was still plenty to play for.
2 left, altered from a 4 left, keep out 2 left, push 1 right in over crest jump, 130 up the middle, brake, 2 right in over crest jump, into sudden turn, tight hairpin left. Push 2 right, 60, push 2 right in over jump, 100, 2 right in over jump, 100, keep out 4 left, push late, down to the chicken sheds, 270, down the middle, down to the chicken sheds, red, 3 left in, 6 right over slippy, so it's red, 3 left in, 6 right over slippy.
And third in the Category 2 runners would be Peter Mcdowell and Peter Moss in the big Porsche. Category 3 sees the return to the stages for Severn Valley winners Ryan Barrett and Barry Ferris, and why not? This being their home event, and it was showing, with a lead of 15 seconds on this opening stage alone. It wouldn't all be plain sailing for Barrett though, as current category championship leaders Gareth James and Stephen Evans were here to mix things up, second overall at this stage and looking really good on the stages.
And left 5, and right 4, left 2, 100, brake and back off, right 4 over crest, stop, hairpin left. Well done, right 3 over crest, 80, into left 3 and right 5, left 2, right 1, into left 6 long, what is it? Left 6 long, 80, left 2 over crest, and left 1 down, 100, brake into left 7, right 7 here, right 7, left 8.
Ernie and Will Graham had been looking forward to this round for some time now, and they settle into a good third place. The time's not quite matching the top, but with some time to settle in, that could change.
3 left, 1 right of crest jump, 130 up mid, 2 right of crest jump into sudden turn hairpin left, tight rough inside, 2 right of crest jump into sudden turn hairpin left, tight rough inside. Into 2 right, 16. 2 right into jump, 100. 2 right into jump, 100. 4 left past lanes. 4 left past lanes. 270 down mid. Caution, 3 left slowing, 6 right over slippies. 3 left slowing, 6 right over slippy.
The daunting task of tackling these slippery Ulster roads wouldn't be taken lightly for Sean Rayner and Declan Deere. The pair would start the day in 4th place and putting in some good times after brilliant runs on the shakedown to set the car up properly. In the rest of the category places, it would be quite close, with Adrian Seabridge and Ryland James leading the rest of them back into service in 5th place. Lee Ashbury and John Pickervans end this stage in 6th place, just 2 seconds behind Seabridge and ready for a push on tonight's main mileage after service. And out once again in the Ascona, it would be 7th place for Graham Waite and Jill Cotton. The car was supposed to be the perfect tarmac car, but Waite seems to have enjoyed a more competitive ride in the big Volvo this season. Just one stage down then, and this is how those battles are starting to form in the leaderboard. After service, it's back out for 4 more stages, starting with the Spectator Special around St Angeles Airport, and the Cat 1 lead didn't change, as Ricky Profit and Phil Harrison managed to open up a 15-second lead now. Which means for Desi Nutt and Geraldine McBride it would still be second. The pair would be on the back foot tomorrow when the stages start again. The times between the pair always so close, it would be hard to make any real difference on the lead without problems for Profit. These stages would see Clive King and Bob Ward make a step up the Category 1 results. The pair obviously just here for the old stager points, but nice to be in the mix for the category times too. As for Jeff Taylor and Steve Greenhill, it would be problems. A misfire on the car was the issue, and they had no option but return the car to service and Super Rally the following day after carrying out the repairs.
Ricky, it's been a productive evening for you.
Yeah, we've had a great afternoon. It's gone very well. Just keeping in front of Desi for about 15 in front, so had a little misfire on the last stage, so the lads are just having a look at it now. They're changing what probably your modern viewers won't know as points and condensers and all the things that we do with these old cars, but no, touch wood, very good.
Well, you've made it back to service this evening. Desi's second in the category and just 14 seconds behind the category leader there, Ricky Profit.
That's correct. It's been a good day's rallying, hard-fought battle. Both of us had good, clean runs. No complaints, cars going well, notes are good. I feel I'm driving well. So might put on some fresher rubber for tomorrow, see what happens.
Will you try to tighten that gap early on in the morning? You can't let him away with it.
Absolutely not. It'll be on the ball right from the word go.
In Category 2, things couldn't be going any better for Richard Hill and Sam Collis. The pair now have over a minute's advantage in that place, making a trip look worthwhile already, especially considering Hill cut his holiday short to be here this weekend. For David Stokes and Guy Weaver, it seemed like it was either one of those days. The rhythm wasn't quite there and the pair are forced to end the day wondering what they can do to pull it out of the bag on day 2.
Middle over jump, crossroads, into 2 left in, over crest, and stay tight, 2 left in, 40, push 1 right, opens over crest, and down, sudden 5 right in, so it's down, sudden 5 right in, and 6 left in late. In late, 60, fast square right, and push 3 left in, 80, so it's push 3 left in, 80, slippy, into 2 right in, into tight 4 left in, so it's 2 right in, into tight 4 left in, into keep out 5 right.
And rounding out the top of the Category 2 results still are Peter Mcdowell and Peter Moss, the Porsche pair enjoying a clean run to end the day with no problems to report.
It was clear from the stage times this evening that yourself and Mr. Stokes were having a brilliant battle.
Yeah, we've had a good run through them. It's slippy in places, and I think the last run was even slippy on the last stage we've just done. So it's been a good battle. We're quite a way up on David now, but it's still a long way to go tomorrow, so a lot can happen.
It is quite a substantial lead, though, and it leaves you in a very comfortable position to go out on the first stage tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it is a comfortable position, but like I said, it's still a long way to go and you just don't know what can happen. But we have got a bit, obviously now, we've got a bit of a comfort zone, whereas normally we've been like 0.4 of a second between us, 0.7 of a second as we've finished a leg, so it's a little bit more comfortable for us.
But David, your evening wasn't without difficulties either.
No, we've had a few problems. We goosed a set of tyres on the airfield here. Didn't realise we'd done it, and done the next stage, and it was all over the place. So I said to the guy, we're going to have to change tyres. So we changed back tyres. We stopped on the side of the road, changed tyres in the middle of nowhere. Then the starter wouldn't work. So we had to wait till some cars came along and give us a push to get us going again. But other than that, it's okay. We're not. Richard Hill is absolutely flying. Absolutely flying, he is. He's taking 2 seconds a mile out of us. So that's serious. We just have to have a think about this tonight, have another go tomorrow.
He does go into tomorrow with a comfortable lead, but there's still another day's rallying ahead of us all.
Oh, absolutely. And don't forget, on this championship, this is classed as a rally now. Tomorrow's a separate rally for us. You get the points today, separate points tomorrow. So all we got to do is beat him tomorrow, and we've won half the rally. He still might win the rally, but you can still win half a rally. So, you know, we stand a chance. We just have to get going a bit quicker, though.
In Category 3, it would be all change at the top. Gareth James and Stephen Evans take the lead on the spectator stage to end the day with just a 0.7 second advantage. It certainly wasn't anything to celebrate about at this time, but was encouraging nonetheless. For Ryan Barrett and Barry Ferris, the time lost would be in part due to a mistake on the spectator stage. The pair misread the chicane and ended up wide, taking the wrong line and losing a few seconds in the process. This wasn't going to be something they'd want to repeat on day 2.
60. Long 2 left hook plus 170. And 5 right minus hook, crest and bump. 60. Jump over crossroads, care on it, and the 2 left hook plus. 20 and 2 left. 40, 1 right over crest, 40 down into 5 right minus. Don't cut. And 6 left half long. 60. Square right opens, gravel maybe. And 3 left hook plus. 80 slippy.
Ernie and Will Graham still round out the podium places at this stage. The father and son team going well this weekend in probably one of their best performances this season. It was showing why they were looking forward to this round so much. And for Sean Rayner and Declan Deer, it would be 4th. The pair managing to keep everything going as it should to bring the car back to the finish of day 1 in a good position. For Lee Ashbury and John Pickavance, it would be a step up to 5th place. They'd jump up the results to lie just 3 seconds ahead. A 3-second advantage, though, wasn't going to put off Adrian Seabridge and Ryland James on day 2. The place had been theirs and they would want it back. Let's see what the morning stages bring in that fight. And still rounding out the category are Graham Waite and Jill Cotton, the pair enjoying a run in the Askerna, but the pace wasn't quite there for the pair at this stage.
Well, you made this evening work for you, but you worked for this result as well.
Yeah, definitely worked for it. Barrett, he made me work for it, but no, we had a cautious start this morning. The 13 miler, we had a good push in that one. I really enjoyed that stage, and we've come out on top by half a second, so really happy. Good start for tomorrow.
So you're leading your category and you have the overall lead. Will you be able to hold on to that tomorrow?
Well, let's see what the weather does. If it stays dry, we can keep pushing hard. But tyre choice, it was a lottery this morning with the weather, but yes, we try very hard and hopefully we'll do it.
Well, one thing is for sure, Gareth James is certainly enjoying the battle with you. Going into tomorrow, there's only 0.5 of a second between you both.
Yeah, that's right. I know the fair Gareth doing well. Like, it's my local rally here, home event, and to be fair, we've been used to the tarmac roads here, and Gareth was, I think, his first time here in Ulster, so he's doing really well, and we're having a good battle, so bring on tomorrow, see how we get on. That was bound to have been a frustrating overshoot in the St Angelo spectator stage today. Yeah, it was indeed, but one of them things, we had a good lead of 15 seconds going to the start of the St Angelo stage, but it's one of them things, we threw it away, so we just had to crawl it back, so that's how it's so tight now at the midway at the service here now, so bring on tomorrow and we'll have a good run, have a good battle. Like, I know we'll be trying hard, and Gareth will be trying equally hard too, so it'll be a good fight, good for the fans, and keep everybody on their toes. You have a bit of work to do on the car tonight, service. I have indeed, yeah, but with brake fade there in the last 3 stages, towards about a mile from the end there in each stage, and she boiled the fluid, so we're changing the fluid and changing the brake pads, and hopefully that'll cure it, and see how we get on.
So at the end of day 1, here's a look at how the top of the categories are shaping up heading into day 2.
So contented competitors here at the final service halt of the day at St Angelo's, and a promising, exciting battle awaits us tomorrow. Just 0.5 of a second separates the two front runners, Gareth James and Ryan Barrett. See you after the break.
Day 2 sees a whole new challenge for the crews. 3 loops of 2 stages, including a return visit to the Spectator stage we saw on day 1. Unfortunately for the Cat 1 battle, we lose Ricky Profit and Phil Harrison after the opening stage with gearbox problems, not helped with this moment caught on fan cam by one of our viewers. So that means the lead of the category was now in the hands of pre-rally favourites Desi Nutt and Geraldine McBride. Not how they wanted to gain the lead, but all they had to do was maintain this finish. This also promotes Clive King and Bob Ward up to second in the category. Not really fighting for the category points. The old stager win was as good as theirs if they finish, but they could still enjoy the fight and enjoy watching the times in the category. After its day 1 problems, it would be third in the category for Jeff Taylor and Steve Greenhill. The problems still wouldn't be over, the car jamming in gear on the opening stage and losing the pair some time, as well as this near miss on the morning's second stage.
Well, due to the unfortunate retirement of Ricky Profit, you have gained the lead in the category now. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, we're happy about it, but not the way it happened. We're taking a wee bit of time off Ricky on the first stage this morning. Not a lot, 2 or 3 seconds, but we sort of saw that was a move in the right direction, and we were looking forward to a good battle. We got to the start of stage 2. We didn't have long to chat to him, but he said his first gear had gone, so that was the end of his rally. But I would enjoy beating him, and it's nice to win, but only if we both finish.
In Category 2 there would be no relaxing for Richard Hill and Sam Collis. The pair extend their lead in the category now to almost 2.5 minutes and in fact step up to second overall in the whole event. But with a lead like that, would there be any backing off? For David Stokes and Guy Weaver, it would be the start to day 2 in the same way that day 1 ended. Confined to that second place and looking unlikely that they would be able to take maximum points here this time around. But as they say, anything can happen. Peter Mcdowell and Peter Moss continue to round off the top 3. No threat to Stokes at this stage, and in fact the pair would start to show some telltale signs of smoke from the rear of the Porsche, something they would have to keep an eye on as the day unfolds.
Has it been a comfortable pace for you so far?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's not been too bad at all, really. It's just keep going. There's a few bits have been very slippy. These last 2 stages we've done this morning have been the slippiest ones we've done so far. So you go around some of the corners and think, oh shit, but what else can you do?
You do have such a substantial lead at the moment. I believe it's over 2 minutes. You can afford to back off, but I doubt that's what you're going to do in the afternoon stages today.
No, I think we'll just carry on driving as well. Yeah, it is a big gap, but you don't know what can happen, so you've got to just keep plugging away and see what you can do. It's better to have time in the bank than be fighting from the back.
In Category 3 there would be a big shake-up at the top as category and event leaders Gareth James and Stephen Evans retire in dramatic fashion, an engine fire in their Escort forcing their good run to come to a premature end.
Right 380, left 3 over crest, left 3 over crest, 100 into right 3 over crest, middle over crest, 80, dip and brake and dip, brake and turn left 9. Something's happened. Dip here. It broke down. Huh? It broke down. Right 9. Oh, fire, fire, fire. Extinguisher, quick. Pull in. Get in a safe place and pull in. Quick. Extinguisher. I got it. Pull it. I got it. Get it, Steph.
Yeah, quick. Quick.
I got it.
So for Ryan Barrett and Barry Ferris, it would be a step back into the lead that they started with on day one. The times had been nip and tuck all weekend, and it was a shame for them to end it this way. But there were still 4 more stages to go. Barrett still has to finish. Promotion up the order for Ernie and Will Graham in this stage then, as they take advantage of the loss of the leader and move into a second place finish in the category. Lee Ashbury and John Pickavant still hold the lead of the rest of the field, holding off Seabridge and in fact moving up into third place after the loss of Sean Rayner and Declan Deere at the end of day one. So for Adrian Seabridge and Ryland James, it would be fourth place. They had set their sights on Ashbury ahead, but at this moment, caught by our fan cam viewer, would at least explain some of the time lost in the opening stages. For Graham Waite and Jill Cotton, it would be time lost in this loop. The pair get it wrong on this slippery right-hander and end up stuck in a ditch. Thankfully, with some help from the spectators, they are able to continue.
Well, it's definitely been a good morning for you so far, looking at the times.
It has indeed. I've probably lost Gareth just there in the stage. I think he had engine blower, seen steam or smokes flying up there. So, but we had a couple of good runs. First stage we set a good pace down. Second stage we settled in and just kept it going, kept it neat and tidy. So I think we're a minute, maybe in 10 seconds lead. So it's a long rally yet. We have to get the finish yet and see how we go. You know, so with airfield next, don't like airfield, so we'll see how we get on.
So, a third of the way through day 2 then, and this is how the results look after the changes at the top. The second loop of the day sees a return to the St Angeles Airport Spectator stage, a chance to bring the action safely to the fans. And for Desi Nutt and Geraldine McBride, it just means a further stage to advance their lead in the category that little bit more. For Clive King and Bob Ward, it would be second. There would be over 4 minutes between the top two, but with King only interested in the Old Stager Championship, it would be an ideal finish for him if things ended this way. And for Jeff Taylor and Steve Greenhill, it would be a case of persistence and getting to the finish now. All chance of a competitive result had gone with the various problems, but a finish would be good here this weekend.
Desi almost home and dry, just 2 stages to go, and you have this category 1 this evening.
Well, hopefully, yes. The 2 stages that we have to do are probably the toughest 2, and they're long, so they were quite muddy the last time over them, and now it's rained a bit, so we need to be cautious.
Well, Clive, it's definitely your first visit to the Ulster Rally, first visit to Ireland also, but you have pulled out all the stops to be here this weekend.
We have. We've sort of really enjoyed the lanes, really enjoyed the people, and really enjoyed the countryside. It's been great. The only thing is it keeps raining occasionally. It makes the stages slippy.
Have you been enjoying the battles out there so far?
We have. It's been great. It's been, yesterday there was like 3 of us within 1 second. So it was very good battle, very tight, and it's been great. It's just pushing all the time if we can.
What way is that going to finish up this evening?
Well, hopefully we're gonna take the next two stages, the last two, pretty steady, because we've got nothing to gain really and nothing to lose. So if we just go through steady, but I've said that before, and we've sort of ended up somewhere in the undergrowth somewhere. So hopefully, fingers crossed for us.
In Category 2, we see no change from Richard Hill and Sam Collis, still lying second overall in the event and leading the category by a comfortable margin. The difference now up to nearly 3 minutes. David Stokes and Guy Weaver decided that Hill was out of reach, and the important thing was to make sure they got second in the category. Taking those points was more crucial than trying anything stupid like fighting for times with Hill. And for Peter Mcdowell and Peter Moss, the smoking Porsche wasn't getting any better. In fact, it was getting worse. But that said, it was still going, and they remain in third place for now.
So Richard, another loop down, and you're still content in the position that you're in?
Yeah, very content. We're doing very well now. I think we're second overall now, and it's going very well. Just be a bit nervous doing these last two stages, just trying to bring it home now and do nothing daft. But then you've got to keep yourself sharp, otherwise something could happen. You just don't know, do you?
Well, there's been no backing off by Mr. Hill, David.
No, I don't expect there is any backing off from Mr. Hill, but fair play to him. Take me hat off to him.
You're going to enjoy the last loop anyway?
Oh, we're going to enjoy it. Yeah, we're in Ireland, we're going to enjoy it.
With their closest rivals out of the picture, it was almost a comfortable run for Ryan Barrett and Barry Ferris between now and the finish. The gap was there in the category, but they couldn't back off if they wanted to keep the overall lead of the event.
6 right, don't cut, 6 left. $200.
For Ernie and Will Graham, there would be no catching Barrett. Just like Hill in Category 2, the leaders had walked away with a 3-minute category lead. So for Graham, it would be a case of settling for those second place points at this stage and not doing anything silly. Lee Ashbury and John Pickavance would lie third still, but the gap behind them to fourth was still tight. Less than 8 seconds separated them and the crews behind them going into the final stages. So for Adrian Seabridge and Ryland James, it would be a chance to push and maybe even gain that extra place. But after their overshoot this morning, they had proved that it can all be lost in an instant if you're not careful. And for Graham Waite and Jill Cotton, it would be damage limitation as they bring the car round the stages to try and gain a finish from the event after having a few misfortunes in the earlier stages.
Well, you weren't looking forward to St Angelo's last time round. How did that last loop go?
It went okay, to be fair, it went okay. We dropped 4-5 to the last behind us, but we were expecting that, so we're expecting more, but we got away with okay with so. And out onto Cairn Bridge stage, we had a good run there through it and good clean run. Richard, to be fair, was 5 or so quicker there, but we were sort of doing a bit of showboating for the crowd, but I have a minute, I think, in 3 seconds of lead, so maintain that now and try and get the finish now. 2 stages of finish, so keep it going nice and clean, so that's the aim now.
Ernie, definitely Ryan has been using the local knowledge to his advantage. You're going into the final loop now. Do you think you'll be able to tighten that gap between the two of you any?
Maybe a wee bit, but I don't think we'll be able to catch him unless something happens. Fair play to him, he's driven really well, absolutely brilliant times, and we're just happy to be finishing second to him.
The early morning stages on day 2 proved dramatic for the Historics, where the battles continue. Join us after the break for the final loop and the roundup from the Ulster Rally.
In Cat 1 then, it would be a well-earned finish for Jeff Taylor and Steve Greenhill as they bring the car home in one piece. There were times during the event that the pair must have wanted to call it a day, but their hard work paid off in the end. For Clive King and Bob Ward, it would be a perfect debut in Ireland. The pair take away maximum championship points in the Old Stager Championship and also get themselves in at second of the Cat 1 runners at the end of the event. But for Northern Irish pairing Dessie Nutt and Geraldine McBride, it would be the maximum score. The pair had a good run, but it's always disappointing to see the close battles cut short due to retirements.
A fantastic drive this weekend, Dessie, has brought you into Enniskillen, leader in category.
That's right, we're delighted to arrive here safely. It was difficult, there's no question about that.
Was it a nerve-wracking last loop for you this evening?
Well, because of the situation we were in, we didn't have to go on maximum attack, so we just were sensible, made sure we got through it.
So you bring maximum points to the next round, that's always good.
Yes, that's good. Maybe give us a little kick-start to the championship.
We're well aware that you put in a lot of work to get here this weekend, but hasn't it been worthwhile?
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. We finished, that's the main thing really on there. Really enjoyed it. The stages have been fabulous. The people have been fabulous. It's great, honestly.
You go away with a win in your class as well?
Yes, we will, yeah, which is what we came here for really. So hopefully we might have sewn the championship up by now as well. So just a couple of rounds to do, but we'll see, count the pennies and see whether we can afford to do them.
It would be good news for Peter Mcdowell and Peter Moss as the car holds up under the pressure and makes it to the finish. They get themselves third place points in the category and now have to sort the smoky car out before the next round. Resigned to second place from day one, it would be crucial points for David Stokes and Guy Weaver as they bring the car home in one piece, those points adding to their tally for the championship so far.
.230. Square right over Mud. Mud continues, tight 4 left and 3 right. So it's tight 4 left and 3 right, into 6 left over gravel. And push 4 left, 100. 2 left, 40. Slowing 1 left over crest and 6 left, don't cut. And 6 right in, care tightens over bump, into 4 left. 40 square right, into square left. And tight square right. 100. 1 right into 2 left, tightens, into sudden square left at tree.
But for Richard Hill and Sam Collis, it was the category victory that never seemed in doubt. The pair settle into the car well together and make the trip to Northern Ireland count well towards their championship total.
A fantastic drive by you all weekend, Rich, and to take the category win. It's great to go home with those points.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to come. It's like the first time in Ireland, and to come and do that and to be second to Ryan, I couldn't ask for any more. It's just been brilliant.
He enjoyed the battle also. He did have that slight advantage that he was on home turf this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't go well here, he's not going to go well anywhere, you wouldn't think, would you? And it's just been fantastic.
So, David, a comfortable run to the finish, and as you said, you were just getting into it at the end of this event.
Yeah, I think give us another 3 or 4 days at the job, we'd be a bit better at it. But yeah, no, we've had a good time. And we've got second in Cat, so that's fine.
It was a great drive from you all weekend.
Yeah, we haven't had any problem at all, and Richard's driven like a hero, in fairness to him. Absolutely wonderful.
Rounding off the finishers in Category 3 are Graham Waite and Jill Cotton. The pair make it to the finish and can at least take away some points, but it wouldn't be the result they came here for in their minds. Unfortunately for Lee Ashbury and John Pickavance, their 8-second advantage wasn't enough going into this stage, and they dropped down to 4th in the final loop with problems. which means it's a step back up to third for Adrian Seabridge and Ryland James. The podium place will go well to add more points to their championship tally so far. As could be expected, it would be a good run for Ernie and Will Graham, and they end the event second in category. Some great points to take away to the next round and a good result for the pair. But taking the win on the home stages would be Ryan Barrett and Barry Ferris. The Severn Valley winners claim victory number 2 and really mix up the championship standings in the process.
Right. 500. One right opens, hook on big crest and jump. 100. 2 right and keep right of middle and 130. 1 left opens, 250. Unseen jump, okay, 250. 1 right half long, 100 to chicane right entry.
So, at the end of the event, here's a reminder of the final results.
Overall winner and category winner, you definitely didn't let the home crowds down this weekend, Ryan.
No, we didn't let them down this time. Now, that's good to do a home rally now, and I suppose this is our third attempt at the Ulster Rally. The last 2 attempts we've only got no further in the first stage, so they always say third time lucky. So this time it's good to win your home event now, and fantastic. Rally's well run, stage is fantastic, and nobody could complain about that rally. It was just fantastic, you know.
Luck is one word, but definitely a precise drive by you all weekend as well.
No, to be fair, yeah, we set the pace yesterday morning and we lost a bit then in St Angelo, and then towards the end we had a good battle with Gareth James. A pity Gareth went out now this morning first stage, because it was going to, for all the spectators watching, it was going to be a good battle, but unfortunately he had bad luck, but I suppose it went to our advantage. But it was a good rally and we really enjoyed it now, and the last few stages we have a good battle with Rob behind us and Richard there, so it was good fun, good crack.
Well, a great driving to land back in Enniskillen this evening, second in category. You've got to be happy with that result, Ernie.
We're really happy with it, yeah. This is one of my favourite rallies, and it's been another classic one, really. Some great stages, enjoyed driving them a lot, and to finish second in category has been great. We couldn't match Ryan, but it's nice to be ahead of everybody else who's behind us.
He was on home turf this weekend, so he was going to have that slight advantage.
Yeah, I was on home turf last year and we had a bit of an advantage then, but now I've been put in my place this year a bit.
At the start yesterday,
the Ulsterman Ryan Barrett couldn't have asked for a better result here this weekend, taking the win in his category and the overall win in the Historics. A fantastic result for the Ulsterman. That's it from us in Enniskillen. See you next time.